What's good with y'all, man? It's Max Shooter 49. If you've been sleeping under a rock, bro, if you haven't known, Metro and Future just dropped 2 albums of the year. I ain't even finna say 1 album because the second one already knowing is about to be hard. Thank you, Future and Metro, for dropping and blessing us with these tunes, bro, and blessing me with some content ideas to break some of these down. I'll be breaking down Ice Attack, the first and the second part, and I'll also be showing 1 or 2 samples that could go on We Don't Trust You Part 2. So Metro Boomin, if you watching this video, man, bless up your boy with an opportunity. Please, it's cold out here. Too extra. But yeah, man, let's get right into the breakdowns. Ice Attack is definitely one of the most anticipated Future snippets of all time. Before Ice Attack had the official name, this actually used to be called Too Obsessed, and it almost has, I think, 1 million views on a snippet on YouTube. 1 million views on a snippet is kind of crazy, especially for something that isn't looped. It's like a few seconds long. People were going crazy for this. Let's get into the first things I started off with. So the melody was super easy to create. I just needed to find an exact sound that kind of fitted. So I opened up Contact 7 and I loaded up an Ondine preset bank by Teletone Audio. The preset is called Insecurity, and the snippet was called Too Obsessed. So I'm like, hey bro, Insecurity, Too Obsessed, they kind of go hand in hand. All I did was mess with some of the attack, mess with some of the release and the movement, and the melody is in the key of G sharp, with just a repeating few notes, kind of like an arpeggiator, and then it just goes up a fifth. But yeah, you got this arpeggiated melody, and then the second part goes up a fifth. Now, I don't know too much about music theory yet, but I know well enough that your ear can kind of listen to when the melody goes down 5 or up 5. I just do that too much, either 4 or 5. But the main melody just repeats. For the effects, all I did was add some Valhalla vintage verb. I listened really closely to the melody, and it had some sort of texture in there that was missing. So I opened up an Omnisphere, copy and pasted the same pattern onto this Vex preset from my boy Jordan Fox's Omnisphere bank, and it's literally doing absolutely nothing except adding more of a deeper texture. You just gotta listen to it. If you listened really closely, it added more of like a watery, ambient texture to it. And I love it because when you listen to the melody and you hear it playing in Ice Attack, you can kind of hear the texture in the beginning. So I did my best to recreate that. Lastly, for this melody, there's a lead that comes in, and I got this lead from Analog Lab. I think it was just the regular Analog Lab lead. I had to export it, so I don't have it anymore. That's the melody. Let's get right into the drums. I ain't gonna lie, Metro, these drums are pretty fire. I like how we kept it simple, man. It must be an old song, but these are like old Metro drums. It's like an old Metro beat, but the drums isn't too complicated. It's just a few rolls here. Start off with the hi-hat. Hey man, Metro is kind of like a hi-hat god if you think about it. And then you just add in the Z clap, along with the open hat that comes in, with the kick too. For beats like these, man, if you're a beginner, bro, I'm gonna tell you this, it's nothing but sound selection. I didn't have to do that much mixing on the drums or the melody itself. If you want drums like these, man, a lot of this album was really like trap D-rich sound. If you want to get one from me, I have a We Don't Trust You sound kit available in the description if you want to go get that. It's an Essential Crate, it's just a bonus.
You don't trust the police. In my business, we don't trust anybody.
Let me know if this is a good remake. This is one of my first video essays deconstructing stuff like this. I would love y'all feedback. Starting off with the melody, I had this Opus harp. All it's doing is playing 4 notes. All I did was make it a little bit mono and EQ some of it. The harp that Southside laid down, or Metro, whatever, who did the melody for the second part, it was kind of dry and I was kind of having a hard time until I just turned off some of the reverb features in Opus. And I used the Hollywood harp, and it's called Harp Angels, and it's on the Epic Mood. Another thing I did was turn down the release so it sounds even more dry. Opus is definitely a great VST when it comes to live stuff, like live instruments, voices, percussion, drums, trumpets, flutes, woodwinds, strings. Hey man, go get that, bro. It's fire. All it's doing is playing a G triad, and then another octave up, and then just a D. So it's really just playing a G and a D. I use my boy HZE. Now, if you know HZE, you probably watch some of my contact bank videos or VST library videos. If you know HZE, then you know he's the king of analog lab banks. But my boy just went into contact banks too. He has this dope contact bank called Infinite Tones, and I use this Oscar Zulu bonus preset. Go get HZE's Infinite Tone, man. It's on his website. Next, I added another contact. So that repeating melody, I added at least like 4 or 5 layers to it. This brass is from my boy Bots Kit, Prod by Bot on Instagram. Sounds like somebody's about to go rob a bank up in this, bro. It's time for the drums, man. By the way, guys, very off topic, but the second part is 150 BPM, and the first part I think is around 140. The first thing I started with these drums was an 808 that I EQ'd. And so if you listen to the 808 before, a lot of low end. And I also shortened it as well so it can really punch and not have too much release. I like this 808 Metro. You did your thing on this. Or Southside. Whoever did this beat. Just another hit one hi-hat. And then for the second bar, after the 4, they have some few spaces over here just so it can have extra bounce. Boom, boom. Next, I found this snare literally called Metro, and I don't think it's the exact snare, but it kind of sounds similar. All I had to do was just turn up the high end. The next thing Metro did was just add an open hat and a perk that he has in the background, or a Vox, I mean, that he has in the background. This Vox right here. I think it comes in the second part only. And then there's the open hat. The open hat plays every time the 808 hits. And then everything is taken out at the end except the 808, open hat, and the Vox. And yeah, that's Ice Attack right there. Alright, man, so instead of Key Major, you know, Key Major sold on me, so I got the other key guy. His name is Keyon, prodkeyon on Instagram, bro. Introduce yourself to some of the people that aren't familiar with your work.
Yo, what's good? My name is Keyon, you know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm a Billboard producer. Work for D Block Europe, NEMS, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, man, he's gonna be breaking down a sample and a beat in the style of We Don't Trust You Part 2. Now, Metro, like I said, or Future, if you're watching this, please help us out and give us some opportunities to get on the tape.
Alright, so we got this beat right here.
Yes, sir. That's hard. Hear Future all over that, man.
So first thing I started with was this looped one-shot key from me and Max, a Centricrate kit. Make sure y'all go get that.
Link in description. How'd you get it to sound like that even though it's a one shot?
All you do is when you click the one shot, you go up to this little thing right here and you click it and you just make sure you turn up the attack, mess with the hold, the decay and stuff. I just turn up the release like about right here.
Yeah.
So all I did was just a simple minor chord and I just transitioned between this D sharp and the D.
Any effects on that?
No effects.
Hey man, y'all already know, no effects. All our stuff is already processed, man. Go get a Centricrate, dog.
So all I did was I ran the same loop through halftime like multiple times. So I kind of just changed the effects. But I just ran it through halftime the first time and it just sounded like this. So I took that same piece and then I just time stretched it and then chopped like the first couple bars. So then I ran it through halftime one more time and then I just pitched it down.
So you're telling me you only made that one sound?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And that's the final loop. This beat, man, it's a lot of like D-rich type of sounds in here, like glowish, you know, old trap. Did you mean to do that?
Yeah.
That's fire.
All right, so first thing I started with was just a simple spins 808. Next, just a basic two-step pattern. Just clap.
And a snare, I guess.
So then I got the second hi-hat pattern for the B section.
Listen to the album, which I know you did. What's your take on simplicity when it comes to like these type of beats and having like room for the artist?
I feel like the simple stuff is always gonna get placed before the more complex stuff.
All right. Yeah, what's one of your goals this year when it comes to like hip hop and trap, being a like trap music producer? I know you already went #1, you know, got your Billboard, but like what's one thing that you really want to achieve this year?
I really just want to be able to get a big record, you know, just the gang, you know. I just want some like big songs, you know, good kids. I just want everything to go good. I don't know, you know, nothing too crazy.
All right, that's it. That's it, bro.